Hi everyone, welcome to Tech Down Over, where life is digital. We have a good time with digital. I'm joined today by our co-host and good friend, Jeff Blanchard. He's the Down Under guy. How you doing, Jeff?
Good, thank you. I'm not real, I'm just digital, really.
He's digital, that's right. He's our digital Unreal Down Under co-host.
Yes, technology's gone that good, it looks like
It has gotten that good. And I'm Rick Zanatti, and we will be joined later by Harold Muliati, who's right now running the show. And here we go. And we are back and we are live. Well, Jeff, I got something this week.
What did you get?
And I think it might be something you want. Maybe. Well, I got this.
It's a camera.
Yeah.
It's not the A7 III, is it?
No, it's not out yet.
I didn't think so. That's what I thought. How did you
But
get
it
that?
does have
flip out.
a flip out.
Oh, so it's either a low end Canon or a Panasonic.
That's a good guess. What do you think?
Pretty good guess.
That's a pretty good guess. One of those two, right?
It's got to be because they're the only ones who'll have those flip out viewfinders.
I know. Nobody else bothers it. Can you believe it? Well,
So I'd have to be the Panasonic.
I gave in. After watching Hugh Brownstone talk about this and a whole mess of other guys, including this one Russian guy I really like. I'm not sure what his name is, but he did a great review on this. This is... Can you see it?
I can't, not on mine.
Oh, okay. How about closer?
Zoom. I can see the lens. I can't see the right.
Okay, this is the Panasonic G9.
Oh, I thought you had that for some reason.
No,
That's what-
never got it. I was thinking of it, and I backed off. And then I thought about it some more, and I thought, well, you know, it's a good camera. It's actually a really good camera. If you were to want the GH5 or this one, I would recommend this one. And the reason being, you really don't do cinema like we don't do cinema. So that you know, 10-bit 422 doesn't really matter that much to us. YouTube doesn't care. This takes beautiful pictures and does great video. In fact, from what I've seen so far, it does better focus on this one than the GH5. The controls are very similar. So you've got your shutter here, which is sensitive but no big deal. Then you've got your white balance, ISO, and exposure compensation up here. You've got a video button there, or you can do it here when you're in video mode. You have this, which is so priceless, a flip out screen.
Yes.
I mean, why can't they all do this? Why, I ask, why? And yet some of them do it, like Sony and Panasonic, and I'm sorry, Canon do it on some of the cheap models. So you just shake your head, go, why? But anyway, they're not doing this on the current full frame ones. This is a micro four thirds camera, which takes pictures almost as good as a full frame, which is pretty mind boggling. I'm using right here the 12 by 60 millimeter lens. This is not the kit lens. This is the more expensive one, which is about $1,000, $950. The kit lens, I think, is about $400 if you buy it, $450, something like that. This one has, I think, 2.8 all the way across, or something like that. But anyway, very good. It's got a better motor for video.
I said, there's a bit of a noise here. William just fell off his bed.
Oh. Well, no, what'd I do? I just fell off my bed. Who pushed? Hey, but rather than talk about it, we took some shots yesterday, and we have a little video. Shall we play the video, and we can talk while we're watching the video?
Yeah.
Yes, let me put on this slideshow.
Okay, so here we go. So these were all taken yesterday with the G9. So we have some videos too, but these are all just stills at this point. Mostly, actually, all in manual mode. Playing with ISO, mostly aperture and shutter. That's it. These were all taken with the 12 to 60 millimeter Panasonic Leica lens.
Does a good quality, but one of the things I was trying to get my head over was there was saying about it that it's got less pixels, but because it's got less pixels, it does better job because the pixels are bigger.
Yeah, it's magic. I think it's just magic.
But it makes sense it does a lot better things. The GH5 is great for the all rounder, but the 9 seems to.
It has better pictures. There's better texture to the picture. There's better color. The color on this really comes close to Canon and Sony and Fuji, if you will. Really,
and
really
also,
close.
Say the stabilization, like for video.
Oh, it's better than all of them.
Well, so the GH5 has the best all round. But what it is, the GH5 is so severe, so good. If you put it onto a gimbal and put it onto a calf, say for instance,
Yeah.
It's too much compensation. You get that wobbly feel.
Right.
It was a G9. I saw them put that onto a dune buggy or something, and it was perfect because it's not as severe.
Yeah.
So take that where it's not trying to compensate as much, so it does a much better job.
Now you know all these shots. You've been there.
Yeah.
The hills are alive with the sound of Jeff Blanchard. Come back, Jeff. Come back.
That's I'm aching to get over there again, but it's I've just got my passport.
Now we're heading towards the darker side. I think we're getting towards a little more towards the nighttime.
Yeah, we're in the night shots.
So we're now in the night shots. Those taken outside at pretty wide open ISO, and then I lowered it. It's very bright, even at like 1800, 1600. It was clean. And you can see a little bit of red reflection in the sky on the back shots, which is really odd. That was actually what it looked like. The sun was down for about 30 minutes already, so we're not sure what it was reflecting. It was kind of interesting.
And so all your lenses from your GH5 fit onto that.
Oh yeah,
anyways.
all Micro Four Thirds fit on it.
That's what I thought. So that was an Australian site, wasn't it? Digi Direct.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I was taking some pictures off the screen. They were really clean.
Yeah, that was a nice out of focus shot. That one.
Which one was that one?
The one, 3 before.
The 3 before.
That was the one of your archery or something that was out of focus.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That shows that it can take a nice out of focus shot too.
I think I was moving or doing something. I'm not sure what I was doing.
But the quality is really good with the low light, because as I said, you haven't got much light in there, because I know I've been in there, so I know the lighting's in there, and it does a really good job.
It's pretty amazing. And there was no flash at all used on this. No artificial lighting in terms of extra lighting. This is just out of camera. We didn't process anything. What you see here is 100% out of camera. Now here I was shooting into the tree. I was trying to get a lens flare, but they don't allow you to do that anymore because the sun was right where that bright spot is. No lens flare. I go, it's so wrong.
Hang on, I'm supposed to see it being outside. I'm just seeing the kitchen at the moment, so it's a bit behind on my end, is it?
It's probably a couple of seconds, maybe.
Yeah. I haven't seen the
I think the
outside
tree
shots
ones
yet after
were
the kitchen.
earlier.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the slideshow.
Okay.
So anyway, that again taken as just a sample. We only had about 2 hours of playtime with the camera. Didn't really spend too much time on it, but it shoots. If you're familiar with Panasonic already, it's just like any other Panasonic. Very easy to feel the controls. You have at the top a shutter. That's your. I'm sorry. This is your aperture dial. The back one is your shutter dial. The button there brings up your ISO. And then here you have exposure compensation, which we haven't quite gotten to work yet. I'm not quite sure why. There must be some interrelationship. And it's got a very fast shutter button, but it's not anything unworkable. Some people are complaining, it's so fast. It's not that fast. It's just fast. But if you touch it gently, it will focus very quickly. Great screen on the back, a large viewfinder. It is huge. Now, the viewfinder is not as sharp as the GH5. The GH5, I think, is 3.7 million. I think this is like 2 point something million. Still, it's good. It's just that when you're used to the GH5, you're like, oh, it's less. But it's so big, it kind of compensates.
Well, the
Weight's a little
FZ25
lighter than the GH5, just a little bit.
What does the FZ 2500 have on the viewfinder? Is that the same?
I think it's the same as the probably GH5. Not this one. I think it's more like the GH5.
I've got the FZ 1000, and that's much, much lower. And the quality on that viewfinder and that is excellent. So
Yeah.
you don't want anything better than that, because when you're out and about, you see what you see most of the time. As long as you can see, get it into focus, get a reasonable shot. You don't see that bigger detail in the
Now,
viewfinder.
before we came into the show, we did take some pictures of the studio. Do you have those?
Oh yeah, let
Okay.
me pull those up. So
These are pictures we took in-house here. Again, no flash, just ISO and shutter basically controlling things.
so this is what Rick is seeing as we film the show.
That is what I see.
And
And that big light is the COB, the aperture COB 120D.
yeah, with the light dome on there. Gives a really nice soft light.
It's cool.
It's not an SOB, is it? No.
No, that's what happens when it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's been an SOB so
No,
far.
not yet, not yet.
These are our lights that light up our green screen. Got a few more here.
And have you had to go yet of the video side of it yet, Rick?
A little bit. I think we have one sample. I'm not sure.
Let's see.
But anyway, so the studio, that's what it looked like to us, just being here.
We've just got this one clip from your monitor.
Oh, which was, I think, is that a Camera Store TV one? Or
I'm not sure which video
I just
it
took
is.
a little bit. Now, this is, again, taking it off a computer monitor. We can play a couple seconds.
That's DP Direct.
Oh, this is
That's
DigiDirect. That's the guy, Sean, I think, with the long hair, right? Right.
Yeah.
So if you're someone who has
And
a
there's no
still
sound?
focus but still wants
It's playing, but we can't hear
Oh,
it.
we can't hear it.
The
Okay.
G9 can absolutely deliver it in that area. So overall, I think the G9 is a
I'll take it. We'll get done for copyright if we watch it.
I know. But he's, let's not play anymore. But he is, this was taken just to see how it would look with the focus and everything.
That's really good, isn't it? One
Yeah,
of the things
we're
you see on that, it's got the, what's it, 220 frames per second slow motion.
I thought it was 180, but I may be wrong.
And I think it's over 180. Oh, is it? I think it's 220 some. I know it's
220,
much bigger
In
than the
1080p,
120
yeah.
on the GH5 and that. But I've seen the comparison between that and the GH5. It makes such a big difference.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's a good camera. I was actually surprised. I didn't know what to expect. I figured it would be similar to a GH5, and it is, but it's not. It's different too. The feel is very similar, but it is smoother in a lot of ways. Less controls you have to worry about, at least as far as the major controls. You have your drive motor switch just down here. You just flick it. Then you've got your mode types. I think this is the stupidest thing ever put on a camera. The information dial.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, you can't read the damn thing. In daylight, outside, it's useless. It's totally useless. The red light won't help in daylight, or the orange light.
I've got that on my Canon 60D.
You ever look
and
at
I've never
it?
looked at it. And but I've never looked at it. You look through the viewfinder.
Same
you see
here.
the
It's all
controls.
there. So to me, I always thought this is, when they put this in, it is the stupidest appeasement thing for old SLR guys. Let's get them over to digital. They'll come to mirrorless if we do this. It's dumb. They could have put better dials on this thing rather than put that. Actually, I think it's a worthless piece of junk. And everybody's all saying, it's the best thing ever. Did you see that? It's so easy. I can look at it. When? I mean, really, when do you look at this? How do you look at it? It's when you're in sunlight, you can't see the damn thing. Hello? Maybe indoors at night you could light it, but who cares? Because your LVF and the tilt screen are very bright. So who needs that? I don't know. And it doesn't give you as good an information as what you get if you just hit your info button. I don't get it. I'm lost. I'm lost in confusion with that. It's such a retrograde, stupid thing to put into a modern camera that I don't get it. Next thing they'll put in is a non-electronic viewfinder just so you feel good.
Now, Rick, well,
Yeah.
the important thing, how much did the GH9 cost?
1,700.
Gee, that's not too bad.
And
is
then
it?
$340, pretty expensive, for the battery grip.
That's always about standard risk.
It is nowadays. Battery grips used to be 130, 140 bucks from Canon, and now everybody's charging 350 for these stupid things. I mean, they're nice, they're convenient, but I wish Panasonic. Okay, here's another gripe. Oh, always griping, but battery grip. Panasonic battery grip should have 2 batteries in them. Everybody else does. You ever think of that? Two batteries, please. We beg of you. And get rid of this stupid. Put a battery up here. Don't put the stupid
have in the
dial.
battery grip?
What?
What do they have in the battery grip then?
Just one battery, and the rest is empty. I don't know what it's doing.
Oh, so you only have one battery.
One battery in the grip, and one goes inside the camera. How dumb is that?
So you've still got 2 though. One. In
Yeah,
the
but isn't
camera.
that dumb? Because you have to take off the battery grip to get rid of the camera battery.
Yeah.
So that's dumb. I mean, Panasonic is brilliant. They make out, I mean, I've got a lot of Panasonic cameras. They're brilliant. But they do some of the dumbest things, like putting in these stupid little displays up here. Please, really. And then putting in one battery still in the battery grips. I don't get it.
Now I think that's where I'm getting confused. You do have the Sony G9, is it?
No, Sony A9.
A9.
And
That's
that
where I'm
has
getting
2
confused.
batteries in the grip, and I think 1 in the cam. No, only 2 in the grip.
That's what I got confused. I thought it was a Panasonic GH9, but it's the Sony A9.
It's a Sony A9, and this is the Panasonic G9.
GH9 or
No, G9. They got rid of the H. Yeah.
Okay.
So Panasonic has a weird numbering structure nobody can figure out, really, because they have GX, G, GH. I don't know what GH stands for. G hybrid? I don't know. Good hybrid? Grand hybrid. I don't know. And this is just G. Golly. The Golly 9.
I bet you there's some reason about the developer, whoever invented it or did something, there's got some mad scheme of how they number things.
Global 9. Yeah, I don't know. I just wonder what marketing thinks
So
sometimes.
what drew you to that one, Rick? Was it just the reviews
Boredom,
on it?
sheer boredom. No, I don't know. It was, it was, I think really watching a lot of the reviews, watching the way Hugh talked about it, and watching some of the video people and actually stills people have taken, I was going, that looks darn good. Now we're flying to Hawaii next week. So I was going to take the GH5 over the Sony, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to buy the G9, take that with us, and then I'll do a little thing that I'll give Sammy's a plug, since none are available in the U.S. right now till about a week or 2 from now. We got one direct from a Panasonic rep at Sammy's.
Oh, that was
We got lucky because he told me, no, you won't have it until 2 weeks. And I went, oh, all right. 10 minutes later, he goes, hey, I got one for you. You do? What'd you do? Steal it? He goes, no. He goes, no, the Panasonic rep is here. What'd you do? Kill him? No, I didn't kill him. He had one in his car. So he said, give me a PO and I'll give it to you. And I go, new? He goes, new. Sort of new. It had about 20 shots on it that the Panasonic rep took at Sammy's, of Sammy's. So I have shots of people in Sammy's, looking at cameras and stuff. But other than that, it was new. It had been opened, taken shots, and closed.
Well, I'm glad you've got that before you went on vacation, because then that stops the indecision of which camera do you take. Of course, it's one you.
Oh, I was going between. I was going to take the A9. Then I go, no, I'll take the A7R3. No, I'll take the A6500. Oh, damn it, I'll take the GH5. Oh, wait, maybe I'll take a camcorder. No, I don't want to take a cam. They're too heavy. What do I take? Hey, the G9 looks really promising. And
that's why.
And really, that's one of the reasons I got it quickly, and we had credit with Sammy, so I figured let's use it. But I bought it because it would be a good test in Hawaii, and I think it's going to rain most of the time while we're there, so it'll be interesting. Hopefully, it doesn't rain all day.
And it's a sealed body, the same as the
It is.
GH5.
It's totally sealed. The lens is too on this one, so I could literally shoot with this one outdoors. Some of the other ones I have, like the Nocticron, the 42.5, is not. So on that one, I wouldn't take it out. It'd probably get damaged. That's an expensive lens. But
even these sealed ones, I don't think most of us, if it's raining, you protect it. You're not letting it getting soaked anyway, even when they are sealed.
yeah, I should have told you when we were going to Hawaii next week, and then you could have joined us there, and my wife would have killed me. I thought this was our vacation. It was until Jeff showed up. Now we're just going to go out and play, and you can hang out in the hotel.
only reason I won't go to Hawaii from here
Yeah.
is because it's so far to get there, and it's so but it's still 5 hours away from America. But if I'm going to go all that way, I'll get onto the West Coast.
Yeah. What is it? About 12 hours to get there?
Yeah, it's still 12 because if you go that way from Hawaii, it's about 5 hour flight from Hawaii to California. Isn't
Right.
It?
It's about 5.5, something like that.
So it's still about 12 hours from the way you get here from. So it's still quite a long way. It's not.
I tell you though, because it's the first vacation we've taken in literally 7 years, and the last one was to Hawaii, and we took the whole family, so it wasn't much of a vacation.
7 years ago,
Yeah, it was 2011, and so this time we said we're just going by ourselves, and we're looking. The flights weren't that expensive. Coach was only $500 on Hawaiian Air round trip, and it was only a little over that. It was like $1,100 for first class, and we said, you know what? We haven't gone on let's spend it. So we bought 2 first class tickets round trip for $1,100. That's not cheap, and that's not expensive for first.
Yeah.
American wanted $2,400 for this, and we went, no, that's too much money. For less than one person round trip, we got 2.
And for over 5 hours,
It's about 6 hours. Yeah.
I've flown from Los Angeles to Orlando in economy, squashed in.
It's
no
it's
sound, no
sucky.
music, no video to watch. It was a nightmare.
No, and at least the nice part is they're putting up Airbus 330s, which are big. They're like the 767s. They're really comfy and nice. So we were happy with that. And we one time flew first on Hawaiian. It was weird. Leslie's grandmother had died, and so we had to go to Hawaii. And the travel agent at the time, we were still using travel agents. There weren't many left anymore. And she said they have a bereavement package that puts you in first class for $900 versus $700 coach. And we went, put us in the bereavement package. And it was really good because we brought her mom with us. So there were 3 of us that went. So it was well worth it. Her mom needed help, and it just was. And the flight attendants were so darn nice to her. They were so helpful. You just go, they have such great service. And believe it or not, they're the best on-time airline in the United States.
And now, Rick, when you're going there, make sure you take the G9 and take some pictures in the plane as well.
I'm going to try, see if they don't stop me. Quick, tackle him! I'll get shot by a marshal.
As much, but just to see how, because it's fairly low and dim light, and it can be quite good to see how.
This should be pretty. I think it'll still be pretty bright in that. I'll probably ask the flight attendant. Do you mind if I take a couple of pictures after we take off? I don't want to do it just on my own because if I stand up and start taking pictures, they'll go, "He's a terrorist! Kill him quick!" I can just see an air marshal stick a gun in me. Oh, freeze! It's a camera. No, it isn't. It's a deadly weapon. It's a Panasonic camera. Can't even focus. What are you talking about?
They'll say he's taking pictures so he knows where to put the bombs.
That's right. It's like, no, it's a Panasonic. It's totally blurry what I'm seeing.
Anybody who's met Rick in real life, there's not going to be people wrestling down to the floor very quickly anyway.
Oh gosh!
Not going to say jump, get him on the floor. That's not going to be an easy.
I can just point at the camera and go, "Stop! This camera will shoot sharp pictures." Maybe not. 1 out of 10 will be sharp. Actually, it does seem to have good focus.
Upsetting these days. A lot of the things you'd love to take pictures of,
and they'll stop you.
And you just feel a bit funny taking them, or you feel like people think you're a nutcase, and that's.
I know, but you can go up with your cell phone and take a billion pictures, and nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
It's just so weird.
You're pointing them, do that. That's fine. So
it's just really funny.
I think people think when they see you with an actual camera, then they're thinking, "What do you need that for?"
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You do what? I was in Beverly Hills one time with a camera, and they were starting to look at us. A cop came by and said, "You can't take pictures here." I go, "It's a street. We're on a street. What's there not to take?" And he goes, "Well, that's true." It's like, well, you can't take pictures here. Give me a break. I'm a tourist. I live in California.
Yeah, it gets very, very strange of what you can and what you can't. And I think one of the main things is if it's in public view and if it's a public area, quite within your rights to do it. And then people say, "Oh, you're taking pictures of people through the windows of a restaurant while they're on public view. They've got the
That's right.
You would expect people's looking at them.
Yeah.
There's not a solid wall. If there's a solid wall and you snuck inside to take a picture,
Right.
yes, that might be a
Yeah,
problem.
then you can get in trouble. But
But there's this, on the street face, it's you're going. If you don't want people to look at you, don't step outside.
and it's funny if you go to a park and you want to shoot like some videos of your own kids playing around or whatever, they'll stop you and tell you can't film here in a public park, and you go, "Excuse me, you have to get a permit." Nobody does, but they try to get money out of you for a permit, and it goes so stupid. So don't tell them film, and nobody will know anyway.
Yeah, but I liked one. Did you see like some of the big major films? Like what was it, the Bourne Conspiracy or something? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see some of the shots that they were filming in Europe? If you look closely, you can see they're not extras, they're real people, because you can see people stopping and looking.
Oh, yeah.
The action. If you look in the corners, and so they've just filmed on a street.
Yeah.
And they've done that, and because I suppose that would give them a better quality realism.
More realism. Yep.
Proper street and just somebody come, but then you see just that brief shot. You can see out the corner of your eye, people looking, and pointing, so you can see that that they're not proper extras; they're just normal people going around the street. But I thought it makes it look really nicer.
Well, what I find funny is both you and I live next to big cities, which have nice things in them. You're next to ocean. We're next to everything. It's pretty much paradise where we live, both of us. So people go, "Why are you going to Hawaii to take pictures?" Because it's beautiful there. But where you live is the same. I go, it's different. It's different. We're not home. That's the whole thing. We're not home.
You've got more encouragement to get out and do something.
That's
with
right. Because here I say, you want to go to LA and shoot at the promenade? No. Okay. Whereas over there, it's like, you want to go out and shoot? Sure, it's fun. This will be great. It's just a different thing because you're not home. It's just great. So I'm looking forward to, shooting pictures and seeing. I really want to do some street photography and hope nobody jumps me, because people sometimes get really bugged by street photographers. It's just, the way to do street photography is sit down somewhere with your camera on your knee looking the other way as you're filming everybody. And they'll never know you're filming.
No, that's get you into trouble there.
Yeah. So you try to avoid any of that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of nice things to film there, and they're just things that aren't here, even though we have similar things. I can go to a marina, see boats. Remember, you and I went to Seabridge.
That's
Were
right.
shooting, and that's pretty.
Doing that. That's really good down there.
Yep.
But don't you find when you do a lot of looking for filming, I find there's so many nice places, but as soon as you see somewhere great to take photos, it's always in a place where you can't stop. You see it on the freeway.
I know.
You could just stop on the top of these freeways. Sometimes there's some beautiful shots you could get from there, or when you see them, by the time you stop, you can't get to that shot. But it's
That's
so
true.
annoying to me. It's lovely to just stop where you feel like and take some. So,
That's funny. Well, we are about 2 minutes from the end of show. So next week, Harold will be doing the show with you. I'm going to be on vacation or taking pictures, working harder than I ever do. We'll see. And then the week after, we've got Gina Schreck.
oh, good.
For all you people who know Gina Schreck and love her, everybody loves Gina Schreck. She'll be on the show talking about everything and her new channels as well as tech and everything else. So it'll be fun to have her back on. It's been about 2 years.
Yes.
So
And now, just to let you know, you've sprung forward. So now it's only 9:30 in the morning here. So I've lost the hour, so starting a bit earlier. So then.
Well, also the other thing is, Jeff, I never thought of this, but when you're on the later time, when we should switch time again, we can make the show at 1 p.m.
Not when. Yeah, when we're back, when you're back on winter.
Yeah,
time.
when we're back on winter time, we can go 1 p.m. and that makes it earlier for you if that's what you want.
That's right. Whereas at the moment it's just nice because it will be in the next week. It'll be back to 8 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
But at the moment it's 9 a.m. rather than 10 that it was the other week.
Oh, you're changing next week?
No, but at the end of the month. So
Okay. So just let me know when, and we'll do the change, because I never thought of that. And all of a sudden I went, wait a minute. I didn't know you wanted to go up earlier. If you did, we could have easily changed. Yeah, because Fridays are pretty quiet as far as meetings and stuff, so that's easy to do.
Now, if you do that when we go back, if you go back to 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
that will make it 5 o'clock in the morning here. So better not do that.
Oh, not now.
8, 7,
Later,
6,
later when
6
it's
o'clock.
when it's winter time.
Only when you go into
Yep.
your winter time.
That's right.
That do it. But
Yep.
when you're in summertime, leave it at 3. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that works good. Okay, good. Well, anyway, Jeff, as always, a pleasure seeing you and talking about things we love to do. We need to talk about music one of these times.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the stuff you've been doing with your Yamaha and your Korg and all that other stuff. I mean, you're doing some fun stuff there. Share some of that with us. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, Rick tells me you're really good, so now I'm very very much in anticipation to hear what you do.
Yes, I'm a private musician.
A private musician.
He plays for only the Sultan of Brunei, that kind of stuff.
I play to myself, so I can't upset anybody by doing that. So.
But you play with expensive instruments by yourself. Those are not cheap.
If you're going to do it, then if you
Do
can
it
afford
right.
it, you've got to do it right.
That's
So-
true. I totally agree. Totally agree. And then you guys will pick a subject for next week, and then I'll see you the following week with Gina. I'm looking forward to seeing her. She's always fun. So anyway, if you are watching the show, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, a down, or whatever you feel like. Talk to us. We'll talk back. Right now, we are streaming live on Facebook, but we didn't have our vMix social set up, so we're not sure if there's been any comments. If there are, we'll answer them post-show. And we'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and Harold and Jeff will be here next week. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.